Hey guys, it's the corner of filament, the corner of fun, the filament corner, and I've got another video, possibly a couple of videos, and what I'm doing today is actually combining a couple of separate things into something that I think's interesting. Now, we've got some pegboards over at my community college in the tech corner lab, and what we were talking about doing is one of those boards we talked about printing out different heads and sticking them on the pegboard as well, something where somebody can walk in, they're going to see it, and maybe they'll stop and talk to us about it, and then we can talk to them about how the heads are 3D printed and try to get some interest in 3D printing over there. I think it'll be a great, hopefully a great piece to draw people in, to tell them all about 3D printing and how cool it is and how it's getting even more affordable and easier to do, because I like 3D printing obviously, and I like to share it with other people. So I've actually got a couple of heads, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those heads, and we've actually got some push pins, and now these push pins are supposedly, they're metal. They're all metal. So normally you have the metal tip and you will have a plastic end. Well, this is supposedly metal, aluminum. If it is metal, it's cheap metal, because honestly it feels kind of like plastic to me. But we're about to find out if it's metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat those up with my new wood burner / soldering iron. Yes, it's both of them in one. So I know it can get hot enough to make the push pins hot enough, if they are real metal, to go into the printed pieces. And if my assistant over here will grab me a head. So here's one of the heads. This was printed over at the community college on our Delta. It's the only Delta we've got over there. It's the Maker Select Delta, or the Monoprice Delta, and it is, well, I mean, I think it looks pretty nice. So that's one print that I've got. This is one that I did here at the house, and it is of a funny looking camel. We thought that he was funny whenever we took a look at him on the computer, so we went on ahead and printed him out, because I have three metal pins on me now, so I've got 3 heads. And this head was done on the Athenia 800 Plus over at the community college, and it is of King Kong, although he's a blue color, so I like to joke around and say that's Smurf Kong. And so that's our 3 heads for now. I'm hoping to add more, do more heads, and make a big wall of heads to get interest over there. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my wood burner. I've had it heating up for a while now, so it should be hot. I've got a nice pretty big piece of rubber on my table. That way, if these melt or anything happens with the plastic on these heads, it'll be on this rubber and it won't be on our table. So, and finally, I got some pliers to actually hold on to the push pins, because obviously they're going to get hot. So with that said, What head do you think we should attempt to do first?
Camel.
The camel? Okay. And these pins, they look pretty wonky. They don't look very good quality in terms of them being straight. So I'm going to try my best. So let's see now. Heat up the pen, heat up the pen. Gotta make filler while we heat up the pen.
What part of the pen is that? The part that goes inside of the... I see. Not doing anything.
Well, it made a mark, but it's not hot enough to penetrate my plastic. So I'll have to let it sit for a bit longer. Let the heat leach off of the wood burner. Once again, we're making a mark, but
It's not hot enough.
Have you got it on wide open?
we're not getting enough heat transfer. So I turned it up to max. I had it a little bit lower just in case. And the reason why I'm mainly touching the main body and not the tip is because I know the main body also gets hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was hoping that I'd get a better transfer of heat from the main body versus the tip, but that may not be the case. So they must be metal, they didn't melt.
Yep.
Tell you what, a floor camel would be great. We could actually see how hot the pins are getting.
Probably really hot.
Just not hot
So I
enough.
mean, I'm making a indentation, but I'm not
It's
getting
going through.
hot enough to transfer the pin.
Yeah, that's a thought I had too.
Back on that rubber you go now.
Don't want table getting burnt.
And now the pin's trying to run away from me. So now we've got it where the head should be. We may just not be able to get it hot enough if this...
May have to use fire method or something.
It's going in.
I mean, I got it started.
Yeah.
But
And
not,
maybe if you get it hot good enough again, maybe it'll go on the rest of the way. I think the straight to it method done a lot too, didn't it? To the end. The end might heat up more than the rest of it. It's a possibility. And once it cools off, that plastic should maybe, possibly, yeah, that's what I was going to say I would do. So maybe it'll adhere to it better.
So now I've stuck the end of the pin the other end.
Because if you can get it to kind of melt around
nice
it.
and quick.
Yeah, melt
So that way,
around it.
well, it wasn't pushing in flush.
Oh. Okay,
So
that
now,
is in
yeah, I
there.
can smell it. That
Just hold it steady.
that did a rapid transfer of heat
Hold it
right
steady.
there.
Okay, now turn it sideways. Oh, down.
So you can see how flush.
Go down.
You can see
Okay.
how flush it is on the surface. That's what I was attempting to do.
Yeah. Now hold
So-
it up like this, so I can get a side view of it, just straight up. With the pin going up in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see.
So now I'm going to sit and let that one cool. In case you're wondering, that was PLA and this is PLA. The other one's ABS, so it may be harder to do. And for all of these, we've stuck a pinhole. We've done a pilot hole
Okay, let me see if
using
I
the
can
push
do it.
pins.
Oh, okay. I'm barely picking it up, but I do see it.
So that way I have an idea of where I'm putting my pin, so I'm not just blindly poking and prodding. So I want to try something different this time, and it may not work. I want to try doing that, and instead of holding it with the pliers and pressing on the part, I want to let it sit, and then put the part from up above.
Got mine. See if it'll heat it up enough to just melt it on in there.
Yep, there it goes.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
That was easy.
quick. I think that's the winner, ain't it?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It does stink though.
Did it go too far?
I think it did.
I'm just taking where it
I see
rolled
it.
the plastic over, and I'm rolling it back over it while it's still
Oh,
malleable.
yeah, yeah. That'll help hold your pin
Help
in
hold
place.
the pin in.
Because even though they're going in and everything, you don't know but what when you stick it up it could come back loose, but that'll help keep it from coming
And
loose.
of course, after they're cooled down, I can take them, drop a bead of super glue on it, and
Oh yeah.
let it dry. See, I mean,
Okay.
that seemed to work
There's
a lot.
two.
That seemed to work a lot quicker.
Oh yeah.
And this is ABS, so it's going to need a higher temp to. The only thing about doing this is it's a little unsteady.
Yeah.
I see how it moves. So I got his down at the bottom.
It's going through.
You go through.
It started. So yeah, there we go.
It went, didn't it?
Yep.
All right. I like that method. I
You
think
see
that
that one's already
works.
hardening up.
Works really well.
With this one, after it's done, I can actually acetone smooth this one. It's
Oh
ABS.
yeah.
That's why it's hardening up quicker, because it has to be a higher temperature to make it malleable. So, with that said, set those there. That's all the pins I've got for now, and all the heads. Cut off my wood burner because it is done. Take my old head and stick it back on there.
And they just screw right in place. But you do use a pair of pliers or something.
Well, I mean, it's
because-
hot. I ain't gonna touch up my hands.
That will burn you. I've been burnt plenty of times wood burning. Especially gourds. They're slick and that wood burner will slide right off. I've burnt holes in my shirts and
There we go.
skin. Okay.
Let that cool off before putting it back up. I think that turned out pretty well.
Yep.
We got an idea on how to do it in the future.
And
You know, we got pins in all of them, and I'll do a bead of super glue.
very interested in seeing the next heads that are printed.
I'll have to get more pins from over there first. And I'm just seeing if I can feel the heat, but I think it's already dispersed into the head.
Probably. I think it's neat.
So yeah, I have a bunch of heads on a wall, and I hope that'll invoke some interest from people walking by. You know, just a thing of different, a little pegboard with different heads on them. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not know.
Well, you may do more videos on this, maybe.
Yeah, putting more pins and more heads.
Yeah, and showing them what types of heads and.
Yep. And of course, as always, I'm going to try to link to sources, although I didn't get the sources for those files, so I'll have to do some Googling, searching myself to try to find those files. But by doing videos on it and linking the heads, if somebody wants to do it themselves, make their own board of heads, they could just follow the videos and grab the link in the description and print out their own heads and do it.
Well, see, that's like these heads. You know, there's lots of little ideals that could be done with something like that. See, I see these push pins. Okay, he's going to put them on a board, as he's told you. But in my head, I can envision things like a picture frame for a child's room, maybe with a mirror in it, and these heads stuck around the wood of that frame. You know, children's little, well, like the hymn that you've got in your hand, and you know, there's so many things you could do with those heads after I think about it.
I did his pin at the bottom because his head actually goes inwards,
Yeah.
and the push pin may have come out of his face.
Yeah.
So I had
That's
to
possible.
either do it down here or up here, and honestly, I need to do 2 of them on most of these so they can't rotate.
Yeah.
But you
Makes
know,
sense.
you've only got so many pins, but yeah, I'll have to put a bit of super glue on those just to help solidify everything.
Mhm.
If there's any gaps, and take them over there, put them on the pegboard tomorrow, and print more heads.
Yeah, it's an awesome idea.
Oh, that's funny. That's a funny camel head.
And if children have a 3D printer, they could print off their own heads, and parents, you could help them insert.
Well, you don't even
The
have
little-
to do this. You could use double-sided tape. You could hot glue them to stuff.
Well, yeah, you could. I mean, it'd just be neat, you know. But I was thinking of the
And,
tacks. They could actually tack them on their wall, you know.
I mean, you can use these as push pins.
Yeah. Oh, that's another. You know, that's awesome. Yeah, I really like this.
I mean, what kid wouldn't like having all the monsters
Exactly.
on his?
Exactly, and there's so many more different things. I mean, it's endless.
Well, with that said, I think my assistant has helped me out thoroughly, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we've done all of our heads. You don't have to see me super glue them. I mean, you know, a lot of people know how to use super glue. And with that said, maybe I'll do some more heads and get some more put up on the wall, and hopefully it'll work for what I hope it'll work for, getting people in and telling them about 3D printing and how cool it is and how it's cheap, because you know that was done on a $150 printer that's easy to work.
A great idea for children, parents to get their children involved. Actually, one of our 10-year-olds, our little girl, she got her one. She won
Yep.
one for Christmas, and now she is starting to let
Yep.
her brother teach her how to use it. And she's printed.
She printed out a cat head.
Yeah, she printed something else the other day.
Yep, she's printed plenty of stuff. Pac-Man, Ghost, Wolves, cats.
Stitch. Yeah, that's the
Stitch.
one I was thinking of.
All kinds of stuff.
But it's great for kids too.
So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you're interested in anything else, I've got plenty of other videos. I put up some wood burning. Got plenty of other videos on 3D printing, including 3D printing basics series that I started. I need to do some more videos on that. I've got more 3D printing basics I can give everybody, and yeah, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.